Okay, so welcome back. So in today's video, we're going to be doing a bit of maintenance on the ADA, and as well, I know a lot of you have been missing out on the reptiles and amphibian stuff, so I'm going to go around and feed the animals today. So if that's something that interests you, then please stay tuned. Without further ado, let's crack on with today's video. Okay, so like I said, we're going to be taking a look back at the ADA. So for those of you who haven't been following this channel for a while, I'll put a link in the description below for the playlist for this tank. So we completely scaped it and completely did it from scratch, had new stock in and everything. So I recommend you go and check that out. Now, the last going off, we did remove the dwarf sage and put them into Steve's tank, which are not doing great in Steve's tank. It's really low light, but we'll go over that again. And we tidied up this tank, did a water change, and I think it looks a lot better without the dwarf sage in there. So I'm probably going to need your advice or suggestions on this as well. So the Hygrophila pinnatifida, got it, is growing massively, so that's the plant attached to the driftwood. Now, they look nice when they were quite small, now they are sort of taking over a little bit. Now, they were a good addition when we initially set this tank up because you couldn't see the Rotala hatra or the bacopa in the back, but they're obviously grown a lot now in the last couple of weeks. So I'm considering taking them out and maybe adding something in its place, maybe like needle, leaf, crypts or something along those lines. So let me know what you guys think. But this tank's been doing really well, but like everybody, you probably see lots of tanks on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, stuff like that. They're always like perfect, clean, and they never look out of place. Now, this one isn't too bad. I don't get too many issues with it. There's no massive algae blooms or anything, but it does get algae on the glass. Now, I don't overfeed this tank and do water changes on it roughly once a week, but it's more the light. So the light's actually on, I've reduced it now back down to 6 hours a day. So that's probably what's causing it, such high powered light. So I'll increase the light period as we go along, and I'll keep you up to date on what's going on with that. But I think that's enough of me waffling on. Let's get some maintenance done on this tank. Okay, so like I promised, I know a lot of you have been requesting some of the stuff on more of the reptiles. So I thought I could do a little bit of a feeding video today as well. So obviously they need feeding anyway, so let's get that done. Now, a little bit of news on this enclosure first. So I'm going to be looking to do over this enclosure and get some new plants and try and tart this up a little bit to make it look a bit nicer, because obviously all the plants have pretty much died now. We've got about 4 leaves left on the ficus. So I'm not the proudest how it looks at the moment, so we'll get that done. Now, I was initially going to put Bert on this wall above a Viv, but I'm probably not going to do that now. I'm probably going to move my desk underneath the window and put Bert in the alcove, and then I'll put him on a stand. So I'm going to try and get a stand in the next couple of days. We'll get that together, put it up on the stand, and then we'll be doing out the bioactive terrarium for Bert. So, if you're not yet subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you don't miss out any future videos. But enough of me talking nonsense. Let's give this boy some grub. Okay, so now Bert's fed. I've just fed him on extra large locusts, and he generally has that size most of the time. I also feed him on some dubia roaches, and he gets large crickets from time to time. Now, every time I feed him, I'll coat at least one of the bugs in Nutribol, which is a calcium supplement, and really, really important for panther chameleons and chameleons in general, just because they are prone to metabolic bone disease. So, this is really important with any chameleon's diet, and I definitely recommend if you have a chameleon, you think about getting a chameleon, you definitely look into common diseases and things like that, because this is a big part of one. So I think that now we've fed Bert, let's move on and let's take a look at something else. Okay, so why don't we feed the fire-bellied toad? So it's a little bit different this time because I moved the tank. I used to have it so the door opened outwards. Now obviously it's next to Castro's vivarium, so I can't open the doors, so I'm having to do everything through the top entrance. So we'll go ahead and do that now. We'll drop some crickets in and let's just see the fun. Frogs go mental at feeding time, so I hope they will now. Let's see. Okay, sorry I'm a bit close, but I thought if we sat here filming, you might get a bit of action as I'm talking. So I've just fed these large brown crickets. Now, they do get calcium, but I only feed them calcium probably once or twice a week. Now, this is primarily their diet. I will occasionally give them some more locusts, and they do eat the cleanup crew in there, to be fair, most putting wood lice in there. Now, as you can see, they've gone absolutely crazy. That's pretty much probably one of the most entertaining tanks to feed ever, including the fish. So, love feeding these guys. So as you can see, they're croaking away, calling to each other and jumping, going absolutely mental. So, always one of my favorite things to do in this room, and I hope you agree. But I think that's enough on this. Let's go and feed my girl, Castro. Okay, so like I said, we're gonna look to feed Castro. For those new to the channel, Castro is my Cuban night anole. I've had her for probably coming up to a year. Now, she's still not a full adult at the moment. She's still got a way to go, but for those of you who followed from when we initially had her, she was tiny. She used to fit on a pothos leaf, whereas now she's pretty much tripled in size, and she'll get quite big as well. So more on that, and I've got plenty of videos in my library, and I'll put some compilations and some playlists down in the description. But let's go on to feeding. So generally with Castro, I generally feed her brown crickets. She does also eat locusts, dubia roaches. I guarantee she eats the wood lice and the cleanup crew at some point as well. But I also feed her fruit, so one of the only animals I feed fruit. Now Bert I have a couple of times, he will take it sometimes, but not very often. Only if I trick him and put a bug with a piece of fruit, but that's about it. So these are just a few blueberries, as you can see. So a good way of making sure, again, we get calcium into Castro, as well as we talked about Bert as well. So what I'm going to do is put a bit of Nutribol on, just sprinkle it over the top, not too much, and you can see a little bit in there. Give it a shake around. And there you go, you can barely see it on there. So another good way to get some calcium into Castro. Now, one of the things with feeding Castro is she's still a bit shy, and for those of you who've been following the channel, you'll know I've been working with her, trying to calm her down and just trying to get used to me a little bit, which is getting there very, very slowly. Sorry, I'm just interrupted by Bert. He just dropped a massive crap. Thanks, Bert. Anyway, so we'll put these in now. She guaranteed isn't going to eat them as soon as I put them in. So what I'll probably do is I'll leave the camera set up and see if we can catch her eating, because I've never seen her eat fruit before, but I know she does because this is usually empty then. We'll also give her some crickets as well, and she'll give her a variety of what she can do. Obviously this is a bioactive setup, the crickets will hide, and then obviously she'll have food as they come out over time as well. Let's do this. Okay, so I'm back on the floor. So yeah, so Castro is hiding at the moment. You might see her, she's up on her light guard, which is one of her favourite places to hide. Now, I've given her some blueberries, so I'm going to set the camera up in a second and we'll leave it run and see if we can catch her feeding. Fingers crossed. It'd be nice to actually see her because I've never seen her eat fruit before. It's the small things in life, isn't it? The way I say things out loud sometimes, it just sounds weird. But anyway, I'm sure you understand. You're just as weird as I am, I'm sure. So we've also added some crickets in there as well to give her a variety. Now she does mainly eat crickets, and a majority of her diet is carnivorous, but she does enjoy her fruit. But generally I try to give her as fruit as much as I can, so she generally eats strawberries and blueberries. She did used to take raspberries, but she's sort of gone off those recently. But I'm glad to see that she's got a variety in her diet, which is always nice, and it just ensures we can ensure that we give her enough calcium, which is obviously one of the main things for a lizard. Now this terrarium is just here temporary. It will go back in the alcove on its stand when this room is sorted out, which I can't wait, but you know, there's quite a few things we need to do, and I was getting to the point where I was getting impatient. So I'm just going to try and take things slowly, make sure that everything in this room is the way it needs to be, and the animals we've got are cared for in the right way, which, you know, we always do. But I think that's enough of me rambling. Let's crack on with today's video. Okay, so I hope you agree that's looking a lot better. Now I'll just give you a quick update on the tank. So I did have to push some more plants back in. Some of the Reiki Mini was coming up. Now, like I said in the beginning of the video, let me know what you think about the Hygrophobia pinnatifida, because I think it's starting to look a bit oversized in the tank and the skate, but then I see it every day. What do you guys think? So the stocking for this tank's probably in there for roughly about a month. The most recent, we added the black tiger darios, so those are a pair, so a male and a female. Now those are doing really well, and I'll put some B-roll in there as well so you can see those. Now I did have a bit of a worry yesterday. I came in and looked around this tank most of the day while the lights were on, and I couldn't see any shrimp. Now, for those of you who didn't see the video, we added 8 Bloody Mary, that's 5, 8 Bloody Mary shrimp. Now, well, I didn't see them all day. I looked everywhere for them. Usually you can see them plain as day. They're a luminous red and they stand out in this tank. Now, I couldn't see any yesterday and I thought, oh no, I think they're all dead, which I could have done without. But the good news today is we did the water change and they all come out. So I don't know what they were doing, where they were hiding, and why I couldn't see them. But if you know, let me know. But all the fish are doing really well. The mosquito rasbora, we haven't lost a single fish in this tank, which is amazing, especially with a new setup. And the plants are thriving, as you can see. Now, I haven't actually started adding liquid fertilizer into this tank as of yet, because we added some ADA additives in the bottom. Now, I would definitely recommend you go and check out the playlist on the setup of this tank, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed this video today. It's been nice to get some work done on the ADA 45P, get the water changed done, tidy that up a little bit, and did a few bits there. Obviously, you've had a chance to have a look at the reptiles now. Like recently, it's probably no point me doing a reptile room tour video specifically, just because we've got a chameleon, and we've got a Cuban night anole. Yeah, we've got the frogs, technically amphibians. Well, not technically, they are. So once we get this room sorted, and obviously we talked about getting some more animals in over time, we're probably going to focus more on reptile specific stuff, but it just feels a bit silly doing a reptile room tour video for 2 reptiles and some frogs. So tell me if I'm wrong, happily do one if you guys want to see it. But it's been nice to try and get things done. It's been nice not to have to do new builds. As much as those are usually the most exciting things, I think that's the thing we've done a lot lately. And it's just nice to just take time and care for the animals we've got and not spend all our time making videos, which we're still getting content out there for you. But it's just nice to pot around in this room and get back to the way that things were. But we'll still push forward with this room, and now's a perfect time to join this channel. So if you've not yet subscribed to this channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. If you're a regular viewer, as always, if you do me a massive favour and drop me that thumbs up, and just drop me a comment just to show YouTube enjoying this sort of content and allows me to make more videos like these. Also as well, as I mentioned on my last video, if you watch through to the end, I'm going to do another Q&A video very soon, so if you can post your questions, you can literally ask me anything down in the comment section below, and I'll get back to you on that video and feature you in the video and give you a shout out, so make sure you let me know what you want to know. But as always, I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video, show me any support. It's really appreciated. I think we're 50 subscribers away from 3,000 now, which is crazy, like I said, so thank you very much for sticking with me. You know, I wouldn't be able to do these things rather, without you guys and without your support. So it means a lot to me, and you know, to work with animals as much as I am at the moment is a dream. So I really appreciate it. Stick with me, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Watch out for the next videos. I am getting boiling. I think that's time to cut the video. Thanks very much, see you next time, love ya!